Hello, doll friends. This is Michael Canadas with the Carmel Doll Shop and the Grovian Doll Museum. We're going to give you a little special tour today with our friend and instructor, Deborah Jenkines from Charleston, South Carolina. Yes, she's here, and we have been working on a project for over a year. Forever. And in about 1 hour, the attendees are going to be in the room to finally see the project. So we're going to just do a little walk through. And Deborah has been working so hard since she's been here that she really hasn't had time to actually look until today. So it's true. So we're going to do a walk through, and you can see the tables are all set.
How pretty
everything's set. Tonight is the welcome reception, and it's a buffet, and I have no idea what the food is going to be because there's no menu tonight, so it's whatever the chef wants to prepare.
The chef always does.
And then this is going to be the buffet table, and we brought out some of my favorite display pieces, which are our evil kitties.
I love it. Yeah. They don't look evil to me. Well, they look great.
Oh, come on, look at the face there.
Well, it looks like it's going to sneeze. It doesn't really look evil. But I love them.
But they get along fine with the turkey. So later on, this is going to be laden with delicious food. So what do you want to look at, Deborah?
I know exactly. There's a doll right over here that I want to hear about.
Which one?
This one.
Oh,
she has the most exquisite face.
Yes. This is a great...
Oh, let me get where you can.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This one is a wonderful doll. It's totally original clothing. Nothing's added to it. The furniture is not hers, but everything else came with her originally. And it's probably an early Pierre Jumeau, but most likely retailed by Maison Rohmer.
I felt like it was a specific store.
Yes, it is.
Just from
Totally
the look
is.
of it.
Yes, and we've had other pieces like this in the past. And what's interesting is she has 2 sets of clothes. So she has her girl clothes, enfantine clothes, and she has her lady clothes.
And this luscious blue is just so pretty.
Beautiful, fabulous condition. We have original, somewhere in the building, a big original trunk. Everything was preserved in it. Very little play to it, but beautiful quality pieces. And I think in one of maybe it was the first virtual convention or the second virtual convention, we did a program on this doll. So
she is just gorgeous.
But I just got around to putting her in this cabinet. So this is the first time that this group will be seeing her.
Very good. Well, I saw her this morning when I was all by myself, and I'm just like, oh, that's so pretty.
What is interesting is one of our staff pointed out to us, to me, they said, you know, we have this in our salon with fabric.
Oh,
we have this
that fabric. Absolutely.
And we have this fabric, and we have a variation of this.
And see the purple and white? Remember I had some fabric made?
Oh, yeah.
I have that fabric.
Yeah, that would be great.
That
That would be great. So, I mean, this actually could be a project to do at some point. You know, except we got projects lined up.
We got projects.
All right, now what do you want to see? What's next?
This little Rohmer here.
Oh, okay.
I just thought her dress was so nice.
You know, it's
Look at the trim.
It's very simple.
Wonderful?
It's a very simple. Actually, it's a very simple design. What I love are the sleeve detail. I mean, I think that's very, very interesting in how it's echoed there. But it's very simple.
Well, the fabric's
But it's
lovely,
the fabric.
and it's the scale fabric that if a costumer were making it now, they'd go, too big. But it isn't.
Well, when you start to gather the things in, I mean, I think it's absolutely to scale.
It's gorgeous. It's perfect.
I mean, she's got a great face, isn't
She has a great face.
You know, and we've been looking at Rohmer's.
A lot.
We've been looking at Rohmer's.
A lot.
Yeah. So we've been looking at Rohmer's. Yeah, but that's a great design for a costume.
And it's just a beautiful doll.
It is. It is. Now, what else?
Okay, one of my favorite faces, and you have several, is, and I've forgotten the name of it.
The Duliac?
Yes.
Yeah, she's really nice. You know, it's interesting. It's one of my favorite faces too, but it's not a face that everybody loves because, you know, if you think about it, it's square.
I love her face.
Yeah, it's square. And it really is of the time. I think that they didn't start making dolls until the late 1870s into the 1880s.
Mm-hmm.
So stylistically, it's different.
Yes.
You know, very unique face. And I don't know, the LD, and it's marked LD. I don't know of any other face marked LD. So this may have been their one and only face that they did. They come in different sizes.
Yes, I've seen them
But
up
one
and down.
in the museum part of the building, we have one that it's one of my favorite dolls.
I just think she's gorgeous.
And she's for sale.
Oh, very
Yeah,
good.
you're in the when you're here, this part of the building, this is the sale. This is the gift shop. You could buy yourself a gift.
A gift, and I intend to.
Which way? Which way are we going now?
We're going to see the little Steiner because
Okay.
I love
All right.
babies, and this little, I assume it's a 6 Steiner, but at any rate, she's gorgeous, and
I know exactly
really
which
like
one you
her.
mean. She is a Teletubby. I mean, it's just a darling little size. I mean, anytime you could hold them in one hand, it's kind of nice.
And I'm a fool for a Steiner anyhow.
Yeah, and she's got a large, chunky body. It's a little different, with a huge rear end. It's not a.
Well, the dress covers
yes,
it.
yes.
Don't
I don't
hurt
mean
her.
that.
Don't hurt her feelings.
Yes.
You've already said she was
Well,
a Teletubby.
she's. I meant that in a lovely way, but she's got her own built-in bustle. There's nothing. Feel
Are
it.
you kidding? Oh, wow.
She's a Teletubby.
And I like the little girl in blue because she looks so extraordinarily like our Charlotte that
She
we had
does.
last year.
Yes, and it's. I think it's a little smaller
A
than
little, I
than
think
the
so.
one that the mold was made of.
Oh no, the mold one is quite a bit bigger.
Yes.
But that looks like the one we worked with, and she's just as cute as can
And you know,
be.
our little Charlottes have gone all over the world. They've gone to
right?
France, they've gone to Germany, they've gone to Australia. A lot of them have gone to Australia, and there's a waiting list for more. So Carl Armstrong
My
is going to
friend
be busy.
Carl,
He's going to be.
we've kept him very,
Yes.
very
And we
busy.
really appreciate that
Oh my
Deborah
goodness, he's
connected us with Carl, who's been a great resource for us and worked very hard creating unique things exclusively for us.
exclusive. That's the thing. Carl he does original dolls. Not so much now. He's been doing a lot of reproductions for us.
Sure.
But he can just do anything. And he's a mold maker, and that's what's so great about having your molds.
Yes.
Nobody else can have them.
Yes. I almost think that calling Carl a reproduction artist is wrong. He's almost a recreation artist.
Yes, as you will see when you see
That's right.
our doll.
That's
We're
right.
so excited.
That's right. So should we head in that direction?
Sure,
Okay.
let's do that.
Come on. You know, we don't know who we're going to run into on our way there because they're getting the party ready.
Okay.
But I think that they're pretty much, they've got it under control. I can see David's back there doing something.
Yeah, and it's...
He's doing something.
Are we going this
No,
way?
let's go this way
Okay.
because he might be mean to us.
Oh, I've never seen him be mean.
Oh, yes, he could be mean. So we are ready, as you can see. They're going to have their meal out in the front, and back here is where they will collect their drinks. And then they'll have their drinks, and they will look at the doll that they're going to receive tomorrow morning. They won't get them tonight, but they'll get them tomorrow. And this is the project that Deborah has been working on, and we've done a little bit of work too. And it's based on our original doll, which is Mathilde. And Mathilde belonged to the Rohmer family. It belonged to the Rohmer family's only daughter. And it came to us. And then we sent the costume to Deborah, and she recreated the costume perfectly.
Thank you.
And
It was fun.
It was fun. And then Carl recreated a version of Mathilde, because each one of them is an
Has
individual,
a different face, just
face.
like antiques do.
Yeah,
they
just
have different looks by their face.
Yeah, and then I'll pull one open.
They all look grand, but they all have their own personality. And see the wonderful little feet and isn't that
And the
marvelous?
body is just fantastic.
She
With
sits.
all the articulation and the moving wooden parts. And so this is what they're going to work on. They're going to get this tomorrow morning, and it's going to be their inspiration. And then they're going to costume it from head to toe.
Literally.
Literally. I mean, they do get they're getting a little cheating, is that they're going to get their underwear done for them.
Which is the most wonderful thing, because I personally hate underwear.
Well, I mean, it's just...
And you've got to have proper underwear, especially for this type of doll. If you don't have the barrel,
It looks like a flat tire.
it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's just wrong.
Yes. So it's they're going to, and we think that they're going to probably be able to do this whole project, don't you?
I generally in my classes, a third finished completely, a third finished 2/3, and a third finish them at home. But
Yeah.
we always
They
have
always finish them.
quite yes,
Yeah.
because they're just
I think they
it's a
can.
lot
I
of
think
time.
they can.
Yes,
do
they
it.
can do it. It's one of those things that appears harder than it actually is once it's broken down into its parts, and I cut everything out,
Which saves a lot of time.
which saves some time.
And we appreciate that, because it saves the mess in the building.
Yeah, but the house when I'm doing it is really, really
oh
rough.
yes, oh sure.
But and then the hat. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes. And then Deborah had this silk reproduced.
I had the silk
and,
made.
And if you look at the colors between the two, if this were just aged, it'd be spot on.
It would be exactly.
And then this, the wool, the chalet wool, that's actually a fabulous bolt of vintage material that
wonderful
that
wool.
we were able to kind of work together to get. And, I just think it's going to be a great project. And then Pat Hauser created for the class, she created the shoes.
Marvelous shoes.
That really lovely, beautifully crafted. So those will be really, really good. And of course, shoes are, Pat's shoes are very beautifully made.
Yes.
And there's no point of doing all the work to make this costume and then put on an inferior pair of shoes. It's just not worth it.
The shoes are great. The shoes are great.
I'm glad that we have her to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this is going to be a wonderful project. There are going to be in the future kits available.
Yes.
Give Deborah a little time to get some rest
Yes.
before you start. There are a few dolls that are extra dolls that are already spoken for, but in the near future we're going to have more dolls.
Yes.
Because once you see these dolls and handle them,
Handle
they're
them.
just fantastic.
That was the greatest thing, and everybody that has touched them has said the same thing. When you feel them, it doesn't feel like a reproduction.
No.
It feels like the real thing.
It does.
They handle that way. They're just so much fun.
And I had an ironing board filled with them the other day, and out of the corner of my eye, I thought, my God, I'm so
I'm
rich.
rich.
I've got
I'm rich
just
in dolls.
I've got a whole bunch of wonderful Rohmers, which I do believe, if you really look at this, it's not a reproduction. It's a reinterpretation.
Recreation.
A recreation. It's fully marked that there would
Yes,
be no.
yes, they're all marked very clearly that
And-
Carl did them.
Yeah, and that nobody could be fooled, but that's the whole point of it, is to get
Yes.
it just the way they did originally.
Exactly.
And I think he's really captured that. So I think we should tune off because we're
Yes.
going to have people coming a little later. And thank you all for tuning in. Bye-bye, doll
Thank you.
friends.
Bye.